guys, I hope that you are well and healthy. Today we are going to talk about a topic that you are very familiar with, and I'm just going to give you a couple of hints. You'll guess immediately. Something that you usually hate the most when you are a teenager, and something that you usually miss the most when you are an adult. Your guesses are correct. It's school. So in your books, it's Unit 5, page 60. Let's start with an interesting quote. The quote says, "Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn." It's a quote by Benjamin Franklin, a former US president. So for successful learning, students need to be involved. Let's get involved then. The first point that we are going to discuss today are school subjects. School subjects are provided for you in your students' books. Exercise 1, I'm going to show it to you. It's page 60 in your books. It's exercise 1. Here it is. So this is the list of school subjects that you are supposed to discuss. As you can see, there are many of the school subjects that you are familiar with, but there are also some other ones that you don't have in your school, and some are maybe studied in primary schools and some are taught at universities. And your task for homework would be to complete this chart, page 60, exercise 5.1, to revise all these school subjects in your notebooks. And I am going to help you a bit. So I've provided the explanation for some of the school subjects that you might not know. Architecture, it refers to designing and constructing buildings. Design and technology, it refers to the production of man-made objects. Engineering, it refers to design, building and use of engines, machines and structures. And law, which refers to studying legal matters. So complete the homework, page 60, exercise 1 in your notebook. And now we are going to move to some listening activities. It's Unit 5.3 in your books, page 63. And it's about exams. So, how do you feel when you have to take an exam? Do you feel under a lot of pressure? Do you feel stressed out? So, here are some tips that can help you overcome the stress. But before that, tell me, why do you feel stressed out? Is it because you don't like the subject? Or because your parents or teacher pressure you to get a good grade? Or is it because you haven't studied enough, maybe? Or you've studied a lot and you fear that it won't pay off? Think about it. In any way, there are some useful tips that you can use to overcome the stress. Get rid of exam stress. Exercise 1, page 63. Let's see. Create a revision schedule and follow it. That's an option. Don't get exhausted. Get plenty of sleep. Study in a group from time to time. Be positive. Imagine yourself passing the exam. Take regular breaks or do things you enjoy. Remember, it's only an exam. You won't die if you fail. So, we're going to listen to the conversation between two people, Grace and Tom, about the exams. What you should do is listen very carefully and focus on activity 4 on the same page, which is marking the sentences true or false. Listen very carefully.
2. Track 36.
Hi, Tom. Are you coming out with us tonight?
Oh no, I can't. I'm revising for exams. I need to learn 50 French verbs by heart tonight.
But the exams don't start until next month.
I know, but I get really nervous about exams. If I don't revise every night, I'll get stressed.
I don't know why you're so worried. You always get good marks in class.
I know, but that's different. In exams, I panic, and I really want to get good grades for my A-levels. I want to get into a good university.
Listen, you need to relax. If you continue like this, you'll get ill.
Well, what can I do?
OK. First, you need to make a revision timetable. If you make a timetable, you'll see that you have plenty of time to do everything.
Yeah, that's quite a good idea.
And I think you spend too much time alone. Sometimes it's good to study with other people.
Is it? I'm not so sure. They might know more than I do.
You're so negative.
Well, it's okay for you. You don't get nervous.
Of course I get nervous, but I try to be positive. For example, before an exam, I imagine myself in the exam. I know all the answers and I pass the exam with the best marks.
It's true. I'm not very confident.
Also, you need to take breaks from time to time. Go out and enjoy yourself. If you study all the time, you'll get exhausted. So you're coming out with us tonight.
Oh, am I? Okay, but if I fail my exams, I'll...
Okay, so I'll give you a minute to read through the sentences and mark the sentences true or false. And then we're going to check them together. Sentence number 1. Tom wants to memorize 50 French verbs tonight. Is it true or false? It is true. It's his task. He wants to get a good grade. Number 2. Tom doesn't usually get good grades at school. This is false. He's not very confident, but he is a good student. Grace thinks Tom will get sick if he doesn't take it easy. Number 3. You're right. Yes, it is true. Grace thinks Tom should spend less time on his own. That's also true. Yes, her advice is to hang out with other people more, to try also to learn in groups. Grace doesn't get stressed about exams. Number 5. That's false. She also gets stressed, but she has her own techniques to overcome it. Number 6. Grace tells Tom to go out and have a good time. And this one is also true. Okay? Let's move on then. We're going to focus on the same sentences again, but this time it's exercise 3, page 63. Actually, our task is to focus on vocabulary a bit. As you can see, there are some underlined phrases, and your task is to match them with the words given here. Nervous, marks, relax, learn by heart, enjoy yourself. Again, I'm going to give you a minute to take a look at the sentences, the underlined phrases. This shouldn't be very difficult. We can start from number 1. Tom wants to memorize 50 French verbs tonight. So, to memorize is the key word, and it can be substituted by the phrase learn by heart. To memorize is the same as learn by heart. Tom doesn't usually get good grades at school. Grades, you know this one, marks. Grace thinks Tom will get sick if he doesn't take it easy. Take it easy, relax. Grace thinks Tom should spend less time on his own. On his own, meaning alone. Grace doesn't get stressed about exams. To get stressed is the same as to become nervous. Grace tells Tom to go out and have a good time. To have a good time is the same as enjoy yourself. Okay, well done. We can move on now. There is another listening activity, and it's about entrance exams and applying for a place at university. This is a very important topic if we talk about school, because the aim of all students is to get to a university that they actually like and to become successful. So, how to get a place at university in Britain? Exercise 6, page 63. Your task is to take a look at the text given in exercise 5 and try to complete these sentences. And later on we'll discuss some of the vocabulary items given here. Pay attention, listen carefully.
CD2. CD2. Track 37.
Good afternoon, Year 12. Next year, Year 13, is your last year at secondary school. Next year, you'll apply for a place at university. But which university? Of course, we'll help you to choose the best university for you, but today, I'm going to give you some general information to think about. You can apply to 5 different universities. So think about where you would like to live and then go online and read about the different universities. You'll find all the information you need to make your 5 choices. The universities will offer you a place depending on your A-level grades. You'll take your A-level exams in June. Most of you will take 3 or 4 A-levels, and if you get good grades, you'll get into university. If you are likely to get excellent grades at A-level, why not apply to Oxford or Cambridge University? You'll have to take a special entrance exam, so it's a good idea to have extra lessons to prepare for this special exam. Last year, nearly 600,000 students applied for a place at university in the UK. 200,000 of those were not successful. The competition is strong, and you may not get into the university of your choice this year. Perhaps you'd like to study abroad. Recently, university tuition fees in the UK have increased. In some places, you have to pay £9,000 a year. More and more people are now thinking about doing a degree overseas. Finally, some good news. When they graduate from university, 89.9% of people find a job. So work hard and do your best to get into university next year. Now, we just have time for a few questions. Yes.
Okay. So, if you're not, if you still cannot complete all of the sentences and you want to hear it one more time, you can do it, or you can always play back and the video and listen again. And we'll do it together now. So, number 1, apply for a place at university when you're in your last year of secondary school. The last year of secondary school in British educational system is year 13. They start earlier and they have 13 years before the graduation. You can apply to how many universities? You can apply to 5 universities. To get into university, you have to get good grades, of course, in 3 or 4 A-levels. We'll discuss these A-levels later on. To get into Oxford or Cambridge University, you have to take an entrance exam. Entrance exam is also something that we're going to discuss. Last year, how many students? You're right. 600,000 students apply for 400,000 university places. You have to pay university tuition fees up to how much a year? Up to 9,000 a year. You're right. Okay, so let's get back to some important vocabulary from this exercise. What is an entrance exam? This is an exam that you take in order to be accepted into a school or university or any other educational institution. So, kod nas bi to bio prijemni ispit, entrance exam. A very useful phrase, to apply for a place at university. To make a formal request to be accepted into a school or university. Prijaviti se na određeni fakultet. Enroll in a school or university. Officially register as a member of an institution or a student on a course. Dakle, ovo bi u prevodu bilo upisati se u određenu školu ili univerzitet. A-levels, we mentioned them before. This refers to advanced level exams, British educational qualifications, which school children take when they are 17 or 18 years old. Meaning, if they want to graduate from secondary school successfully, they have to take these special advanced exams in the school subjects that they choose, and some of them are compulsory. And when they finish that successfully, depending on their grades, they can apply for places at different universities, up to 5 universities as we've seen. So, this is it for today. The homework, page 11 in your word store extra at the end of your books, word store 5D, page 11. This is the exercise about phrasal verbs, phrases with get. Your task is to write example sentences for each of these phrases given in your books. Do that in your notebooks, and next time, in our next class, we are going to discuss phrases with get more, so be prepared. Thank you. Stay healthy.